Hey everyone, this is my reaction to the third episode of Hisone to Maso-tan. And in the last episode, Hisone figured out Maso-tan's true name. Which, not exactly a surprise if you've read the title, I'm sure, but characters in the anime usually are not able to do that. But the focus in this episode did mostly focus on Nao and her struggles, her issues with her mother, and stuff like that. And in the end, she did kind of become best friends, Nao and Hisone, which is great. And I think this is something about her being the chosen one, her being the Hisone, or special, or something like that. So yeah, I'll probably get more into that eventually. But for now, I expect they mostly just get Hisone kind of getting better at being a pilot. So yeah, let's get into it. 3, 2, 1, play. A little bit nervous. Yeah, training. I see what his preference is. She's so proud of that. Air show. I guess we're not happy about that. Slope. Long. That's a great nickname for a guy to have, Long. Which is similar to Eel. I mean, they're obviously code names or something, but English is cool, you know? Your hyper weapon. Uh, you have your words, he has his, I'm sure. So we do have a girl on the team named Forrest. Fly, Forrest, fly. I look forward to meeting this character. She's probably not as cute as I imagine her in my head, but we'll see. So, they said was. Did something happen? I do find the concept of being your senpai and riding the D to be fairly amusing. But yeah, they kind of threw a lot out of us, a lot at us in that little brief. But the gist of it is, she's going to be doing her training. They kind of have to help her out with that. They're not super happy about having their time for other stuff taken away. Because she did mention the air show this weekend. Which I hope we get to see that. Sounds cool. And the one guy's just like, what about now? Can see who he likes. And obviously name dropped Forrest. I mean, there's more names than that, but that was one of a girl, so it more piqued my interest. Of course, they say she's more like a guy, so I assume it just means like in personality. So I'm expecting slash hoping that she's cute. But in this anime, you know, you can only expect so much in that regard. But yeah, the guys seem very they have a lot of personality. And you can really feel that these guys interact with each other a lot. Like there's some good chemistry there amongst those characters. I think they did a pretty good job of that, conveying that. But yeah, training is really necessary though. uh, yeah, it's an amazing angle though. Oh god, this is not going well. It's so silly just seeing dragon claws coming out of that. I assume they showed us that just to kind of remind us that there is a dragon in there. I admit, it's probably not the funnest thing in the world to have to train a newbie D pilot. Well, it would be if you were using your D to do it, but that's not the case. uh... Yes. Yeah, she'll get better, I'm sure. Just us two, are you hitting on me? Oh yeah, I didn't even think about that. She should get a tag name. What will it be? 999. And when it's upside down, you know. It's a terrible tag name. Your tag name should be, I'm Ponk. I can't come up with anything. I see no problem. But isn't that suit supposed to be, like, made for that? So why would it melt? And then maybe she's just stressing out Maso-tan too much? Get out of the way. Are you even gonna make it to the door? Don't go into Hangar 8, it's not safe. Just collecting phones. Well, I guess to feed them, that makes sense. It's quite the project you got there. Can I have one? I imagine they sell like hotcakes on the base. I can't tell you what these are used for. Ouch. I thought you were best friends. Don't ruin it. Yeah, I would like to learn more about that. What about you? Well, you're no help. You heard Forrest's name and got excited. Yeah, it really is a trigger word for him. Basically a nickname, more or less. Exactly. Names like Long and Eel. Huh. Interesting. I can't believe I didn't pick that up myself. But then there's still the Yama, which is mountain, so I guess that part just kind of ignored. You are really creeping me out right now. uh, I can see they take the job very seriously. Why am I here? So yeah, maybe we won't get to see her this episode. Who knows where she is? I think it's better that way. The more ass shots. You know, Forrest, who apparently ran. I do want to meet this lady then. I mean, I want to hear more about this story. It's just like me, isn't it? I mean... uh... I mean, as long as one part of that doll works, it's fine. You look so unhappy all the time. uh, Mom and Dad, please stop fighting. uh, Aw, are you lonely that she left? It's blocked out. Deliberately blocking out the face. I'm sure there's a reason by that. Nope, no response from your name. You're not that important to him yet. I mean, I'd probably do the same thing. And how do I get Maso-tan to love me as much as he loves her? Nice way to represent the crowd there. This is an enormous camera. I mean, hey, we do get to see the air show, I think. Of course, an air show with dragons would be amazing. I feel like I was left out of something. Did they forget me? We learned its use, I guess, but that's a little bit creepy. Well, I know how it'll be used later, anyway. Oh, she'll pilot something, alright. Wait a second. That's not who I think it is it? Take a break on the skin ship. We need to do stuff. Are you even listening? But things aren't going according to plan. No, we're not going to cancel. We'll make this work. In other words, it's Hisone's fault, so she takes responsibility, and that's the title. I get it now. An eternal shaft. Hisone, you should be careful not to damage internal shafts. And you didn't listen. So basically, it's your fault, and you're taking responsibility. I never thought this day would come. We have faith in you. This is your chance of getting good with them. Save the day. Is she the face of Gifu? Is that as good a face we can get? I mean, I suppose so. She's... Are you alive down there? Yeah, I think we learned his true motivations there. He probably misses Forrest. He's said her name too many times. Oh man, the guilt. You could try splashing the top of the water. Maybe get some fish. So it really is her, wow. She's Forrest. Like, I thought she was when they first showed her, but this confirms that. Yeah, and yeah, that was also obviously the phone call. I didn't think I commented on that. I've been wanting you to ride me for so long, Forrest. I'm so glad you're back. And she didn't notice at all. I'm sure she's put on a little bit of weight since before. I mean, not quite as cute as I'd hoped for, but cuter than I expected, I guess, probably the best way to put it. I bet she did. It's more like you're heavy, but... the years have passed. Yeah, I don't think you're in any condition to pilot. uh... You would do to teach me how to swallow, or to be swallowed. Get a little bit competitive now. They both have O's. Put all the blame on him. And he swallowed you. He wants to pilot it as well. And maybe he'll grow up to be a D pilot. She still needs one of those, yeah. That's a good point, actually. That could be a bit awkward. We need a dummy for that cockpit, alright. Oh my god. That was just mean. Advanced flight maneuvers. I must see the crowds, even though I don't really like them. No, don't shut down. Don't shut down. It's not good. If you were gonna do that, then don't look. That really looks uncomfortable. uh... And she blames him a lot. But pushing that responsibility forward. But he apparently responds well to this behavior, so... Because he swallowed her when she started acting like this. Imagine what it's like to be swallowed all the time. I like when she just yells them into submission. Well, you got what you asked for. I mean, it wasn't the best takeoff ever. But she got in the air, that's what matters. I'm so proud of her. Special moves. That smug look. And the troll old lady, who hasn't really had much time this episode. I even though I was a dummy, man, that ouch. Oh. Wow. I can see there's some history there. But at least we got a reason now. I really do like giving the attack names based on the Japanese meaning to English. Okay, this should be good. This girl. I quite like her, actually. Oh, I want to see it. I want to see it. I'm curious now. I was curious before, but better not cliffhanger me like this. I need to see them. I need to see the name. Okay. Really? That'd be pretty easy to remember. I mean, part of me thought that would be the case, but still love the CD. I'm so glad I get to see it again. I mean, it's interesting that the reason why she quit is because Maso-tan stopped accepting her, but he seemed like he missed her. So, just shake those hips like crazy. I also really like that one. Dancing. I mean, they really get crazy with the dancing in the final segments. Yes. I don't follow the conversation. They came to Gifu. So that was the third episode of Hisone to Maso-tan. And this episode, Hisone is gonna pretty much seriously starting her training with some of the other pilots, not D pilots, just regular pilots. And that kind of does cut away from their time practicing for the air show, which they weren't too happy about, but, you know, it's a new D pilot. They kind of take priority. So, they did. And she's continuing to have a bit of issues, like, with Maso-tan just kind of being on the same page, synergy, you might call it. But because she hasn't had nearly as much time with him as, say, somebody like Forrest, for instance. But, you know, we're getting there. Just, it needs time. Yeah, a big part of the episode was about Forrest, the D pilot that quit 3 years ago. And naturally, since she was a pilot of the same dragon that Hisone is, she was interested, wanted to learn about that, but nobody really knew why she left because it was a very sudden thing. Eventually, you know, we were kind of told that it was a pregnancy that she left, but in reality, according to her, it was the fact that Maso-tan just stopped accepting her. Which, and that makes the other scene make more sense, because you had Hisone kind of yelling at Maso-tan about, like, hey, you know, if you prefer that kind of person, why'd you pick me? I mean, we're clearly different people. And it makes more sense if he was kind of tired of that kind of person and wanted something new. Somebody like Hisone who would just, like, lay into it when, you know, she feels like he's in the wrong. And he does seem to respond to that, because there was at least a couple times when she just went after him, and he was like, okay, let's do this. And so, I do think that's a big thing. He wanted to change of personality. At least, they wanted something new for a pilot. At least that's kind of the impression I got. It was kind of funny that Nao wanted to pick a tag name for Hisone, but, you know, it's gotta be the proper senpai like Forrest that ended up doing it. And she did do it. She pretty much just made it Hisone, which was a little bit weird because I don't think that's an English word. I mean, I'm not an expert or anything, but I don't think it is. But, I don't know. She said something about sweet earlier before, you know, for Ama, and then asked what the English for Kase would be. Kasu, whatever. But, I don't really see the connection there between that conversation and the end result, so... I mean, if you do, let me know, but it's a little bit weird for me. I don't think they ever said there was a hard rule about the tag names being English, but that seemed to be the case with, like, everyone else. It was kind of funny when you had... Hisone basically kept saying Forrest's name in front of Maso-tan to get a reaction out of him, and wasn't super happy that he didn't respond to her name in the slightest. But again, more time with him, I'm sure that will change. Because he did choose her after all, so that's obviously going to be a thing. And Hisone did seem to be pretty happy with her attack name, like, weirdly happy. I mean, did seem to be kind of drunk there, so I'm sure that had something to do with it. But, and Forrest was being kind of silly with her whole reveal in that scene, and just a lot of silly pilots in general. Especially with, like, when they had, when they introduced Hisone to the rest of them, they were being quite the characters, I should say. Thank you for watching, and thank you Cnouki, the Dragon of Oshu, as well as everyone else, for doing what you can to support the channel. It means a lot to me, and I hope we can continue to grow the channel together. If you want to do more to support the channel, then you can become a patron on my Patreon and get cool rewards like early access to certain videos. Have a good one.